It took 50 years to build the future. But years are only part of the story. There was a beginning, there is a middle, but with this story, there is no end. It's about the people, the passion, the perseverance. It's about watching the sunrise and set from behind the wheel. It's about the freedom to imagine and the opportunity to create. It's about the spirit our founders had to pave a road where no one had traveled before. It's about the journey of those who united to make a difference and changed the world for every generation that followed. It's about those who built our industry to be timeless. From them, we have learned success is not won, but thrives on competition. From them, we have learned that the road may have curves or rough terrain, but innovators know how to modify the ride. They are handing the keys to the next generation to carry on a legacy.
All right, Iski. Hey, man, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Back out on the dirt with your baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, how's it feel?
Still runs good.
Yeah, man, you're looking great out there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
We'll get you out of there. We're gonna get you situated. We'll have a little chat.
All right.
That sound good?
Very good.
All right. So, Iski, here we are, Dry Lake out at El Mirage.
Right.
When was the last time you were out here with this incredible
Well,
huh?
it was back in May of 1942.
Oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
vehicle and you, the last time was in 1942.
Yeah, hasn't been here since.
Oh, that is fantastic, huh? A nice way to kind of give some scope and perspective to this celebration of SEMA, the beginning of the industry, huh?
Yes, it is, yeah.
So does it bring back some great memories for you?
Yes, it does, yeah. Not quite as much fun as it used to be, but...
In the very beginning, when you were a young guy, how did you get the bug? You know, what fired you up about this?
Well, you couldn't help but get the bug. You see one of these little things zip by, and there's one or two guys riding it. And boy, that looked like fun.
And you were like maybe 14, 15 years old then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we found out where the guy lives, and he got it parked, and we're looking at it and want to see a lot of them come up to the dry lakes. The dry lakes, what's that? Well, 100 miles from Los Angeles, out in the desert there, then you'll see lots of them. And we did. We got a ride up there, and we learned from the older guys, because there was no literature at that time.
As a kid, that must have been so exciting.
Yeah, it was.
At a point, you got into the business, and how did that happen?
Well, I bought my first racing cam from Winfield, and he let me come in the shop and see his cam grinding machine, and I was fascinated by that. I came back and I decided I'd sure like to try that cam grinding. And by golly, pretty soon, NASCAR called up. They were running flathead Fords, and that's what we were mainly building, was flathead Ford cams. And they ordered 2 cams by airmail, and they ordered again and again after that. Because my cams would have a strong mid-range and would pass cars on the track.
And that's how you built your reputation. I mean,
yeah.
You know, the marketing was one thing, but what was really happening, sometimes that was the secret ingredient, right?
Yeah, and of course, we're hungry and we wanted to make some money, too.
Yeah, that's right.
We worked pretty hard, we were young.
Here you were, a handful of guys making parts. How did you come to the idea that you needed to band together and form this association?
Well, we didn't know. A fellow named Blackwell or something was his name. He called us in, and he said, "Are you fellows organized?" "Oh, what do you mean organized?"
So when you
Where it
guys
belongs.
formed that thing up in the very beginning, did you have some thoughts or ideas about what it would be, you know, 5 years later? Or were you thinking mainly, what is it right now? What are our problems right now? Did you have some sense of anything like what it would become?
No, we really thought we were a very small little thing that would never get big.
Yeah.
But I remember Phil Wyand, one day he told me, we ought to have our own show. Are you kidding? Would anybody come to our little show?
Yeah,
But-
look at that now. You got the SEMA show has
Yeah.
125,000 people coming in there to visit
Yeah.
each year. I'll tell you,
Strong,
man,
man.
you guys cut a path that many have been able to follow successfully ever since. And when we think about SEMA today and we think about looking forward, I often imagine what the industry is going to be doing 15, 20, 30 years
Wow.
from now.
That's
and say,
right.
you know, how are we going to make sure that that path continues and that SEMA
Oh,
continues
yeah.
to cut that path so that the generations that come behind us are able to have
Absolutely.
the same conversation you and I are having right now.
Right, yeah.
Ed, it has been such an inspiration to be out here with you. You're hearing about the car, you know. What do you say we go for a ride?
All right, let's do that.
All right.
How fast you want to go?
Well, hey, as fast as you'll make her go, all right?
Okay. Well, this lake bed hasn't changed in all these years, 70-some years.
But it's interesting, you know, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the association, but really it's a celebration of the history of the industry. And
that's right,
you
yeah.
guys were the pioneers, and nobody thinks about it at the time.
Yeah, of course, the pioneers are really way before me. And
Yeah, that's
we
true.
had to look up to the guys and learn from the older fellas.
You know what is really interesting? The spirit of the industry is still so strong, and these guys are
Oh,
still
yeah.
so innovative.
Oh, so much new talent has come in. My
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
They need new blood in the industry,
Yep.
and these new guys, they got the ideas.
Yeah, and you got to be willing to kind of take that risk, and sometimes you're not going to be right.
That's right.
But the only way you kind of keep forging ahead and coming up with that new stuff is to take those risks.
It took 50 years to build the future. The land and the vehicles are different now, but the same. The faces of the pioneers are different now, but the same. The dreams, the ideas that tell the story are different now, but the same. Because we are one industry, one voice, one past, one future, one now.